Hey everybody, this is Bruce with Habowskistudio. Thank you for joining me today and checking out the video. Today I'm going to show you how I painted this winter scene using a limited palette. The palette I used was titanium white, ultramarine blue, cad yellow light, and burnt sienna. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook. Check out my page there. Please like and share and all that good stuff. And my website, www.habowskistudio.com. Also, I'll have some information in the description box below on this paint system. I designed and built it. I sell them. So if you want to order one, I'll have the contact information, like I said before, in the description box. So again, thanks for joining. Let's get started. Bye. Here's the panel that I'll be painting on. It's toned with an oil ground. And there's a little bit of texture. Not sure if you can see it. Very slight, but there's a little bit there. I think I might add to the subject matter. Usually I sand it flat, and then of course I'll be interpreting this photo using some of that for my painting.
Hey everybody, today we're going to have a nice little fun video after that three-part series I did. That was pretty intense. And here I've working on some winter hay bales. If you remember a couple paintings I did this past summer, August Days and I believe Junction Road, I believe it was called. This location is ripe with subject matter. I was very fortunate to find these, which you normally don't at this time of year, but someone left out their hay bales. So as you can see, when I started the painting, I kind of just mass in the shapes, and then as the painting progresses, I'll cut around and define, pull out tree trunks, and all that sort of thing. What I'm attempting to do with those background trees in the painting is to suggest many limbs and that sort of thing. And you'll see later on how I bring out just a few highlights of those trees to really define the mass. And one thing that's nice when you start to get into your darker values is how it just makes the painting start to pop immediately. Here you can see, using with some white and some yellow, very pale, pulling out some tree trunks against the middle value of the trees, and it really gives a nice effect. Just hints here and there to show light on the tree trunks and the natural color of the tree trunks, and pulling out some dark tree trunks to have some variety, so it's not just one big boring mass. And plus there's also some dark tree trunks. I'm not trying to replicate the scene exactly. I'm pulling out the elements I want to express what I want to say and simplify. Like the bales in the photo look a little confusing, so I tried to simplify those a bit and suggesting some dry grass. And what's nice, when I put in the initial tone of the shadow on the snow, getting just slightly lighter to show as the snow bends and dips in that shadow area, it reflects light differently. So subtle little differences there that are really like what's going on there. And it's pretty funny when I finished up the painting. Of course, I posted on my Facebook page, and of course my mom immediately contacted me, and she has claimed the painting. She wants the painting. She's down in Florida, so give her a little bit of something to look at with snow. So that's pretty funny. I thought it was a really, of course, nice painting. I was looking forward to showing it somewhere, but hey, happens. Got to please the mother. So again, pulling out some of the background hill behind the hay bales, keeping that values not as dark as the shadow on the snow there. And here we are, a little detail shot of how I pull out those tree trunks. You see I don't keep brushing back and forth. I pick up more paint and apply it. And it's probably hard to pick up in the camera, but you can see how they're just slightly more saturated, those little strokes. So it appears as the light's dancing on the tree branches. Very nice effect. I highly recommend trying it out. And I did go through and soften the edges along the hay bales where the shadows meet the light parts, so you don't end up with it looking pasted on. Again, dancing around, putting strokes where I feel might need it in the composition. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Some next ones coming up, of course, won't all be time-lapse, but thanks for joining.
Just a minute or two on my box that I designed. It attaches to any tripod, any cheap lightweight tripod, by using spring clamps to the legs. And as you can see, a bungee cord, small bungee cord, attaches to the panel. Hold it in place so it doesn't blow off if the wind was coming at you while you're painting. And it has a lot of storage. You can fit like probably 14 tubes of paint in there, maybe. And there's a mixing area. You can also just use a piece of picture glass siliconed on. But very, very stable. Very stable. And that's where I put this area here, I put my brush washer. So really, really good system. So check out the details. And if you want to order one, we can work it out. So that's it.